Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emil, and I have been helping people get divorced for more than a decade, and I have been slowly but surely kind of changing some of the content that I've been doing to be not just about divorces and how to get a divorce and all that stuff, but also how to navigate the feelings, the emotions, and help you to move forward with grace and love. So today is very special because today is my birthday and I am 52. I am in the best time of my life. And I don't say that lightly. I have gone through a lot in my life. I've gone through two divorces, a breakup from my last partner, and it's been, you know, I'm not gonna say it's been difficult. It's been difficult. So if you know anything about astrology, I am a double Taurus and a Virgo moon. So I am Taurus rising and Taurus sun Taurus and a Virgo moon. And I'm sorry if you're not into astrology. I am enough to know that it really does make a difference on people's personalities. And one of my personalities, because I'm a Taurus, and Taurus is about stability and freedom. Uh, Taurus is represented by the bull, and the bull lives in an open field, right? Bulls don't like to be in a cage. So I'm always, even when I'm in a relationship, I need to feel free. Like if I feel like in a cage, like I can't express myself or I cannot be myself, I'm not happy. but but one of the things, the characteristics of a bull, of a Taurus, is that we are extremely um, we like to be stable. Stability is our number one goal in life. So that includes partners. We don't like changing partners. We don't like going from here to there. We would just like to be stable. That's what we like. It's two things: stable and uh, having comfortable spaces. So, wherever I live, I'm always into arranging it, making it pretty, beautiful. And because of also my Virgo moon, um, at least for me, I like to have things very clear expectations, no going outside of the relationship, no lies, none of that. So, so it makes me the makeup of who I am, and I love who I am. Okay, and at 52, I better. Okay, I mean, and the reason, one of the things that I realized looking back is that I didn't always knew who I was, and I did not always appreciate who I was. Uh, it's just been a complete journey. So there's five things that I want to address with this. I'm calling it a podcast because I think this is what it's going to turn into be. But number one is the one lesson that I learned in this few years in this planet. It's self love is the love. Uh, And what that means by that is that when we love ourselves to the point that n- no one can bring any kind of BS to your life, and because you love yourself so much that either you outright reject it, your spirit will tell you that's not for your higher good. um, and the thing is that when we feel good in our skin, we feel good in our body, we feel good in, we love ourselves so much that when somebody is showing signs that they don't love us, then we repel it. We kind of recognize that's not for me, honey. You might have insulted me, you might have told me that, and then you learn not to react. I think that one of the biggest challenges of people, it's that we react. We react. Everything is we're so reactive that if somebody looks at us the wrong way in a club or outside anywhere in a park, we think, oh, we're going to have to fight this person. Why do we have to do that? Why do we need to you know, like, we need to really look at ourselves. If, if our spouse cheats on us, or our partner cheats on us, and we accept it, or we feel that we just cannot move, like, yes, we're going to be hurt. I'm not saying not to be hurt if that happens, especially if monogamy is expected and has been arranged and has been discussed. um there's all types of relationships out there, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm just focusing right now on monogamy. We tend to, like me, I have forgiven um these indiscretions, and it happened really early in one of my last relationships. And I wish, I'm glad that we were able to move past it, but there was always that in the back of my head. And I didn't love myself enough at that moment to end it and say, don't call me again. We're calling it quits. We were actually planning a big wedding, and I still moved forward with the big wedding. And needless to say, a few years it ended. It didn't end because of that particular thing. But to be honest, I made some mistakes. I engaged with some people that I shouldn't have, but it was always because and not, I didn't cheat, but I did not, like, I engaged, like, with flirting behaviors. And I did it because in my head I was still thinking, how did he, cheated on me? So I felt like entitled to do that almost. And even though it was years later, I was still did that, and I regret it. But it was because I didn't love myself enough. And so it was kind of like a getting back to him. And I, not healthy. It was not good, and I should wish I didn't do that, but I did. So anyway, so number two that I want to address today is life after divorce. It's time to transform. So when I started this career, um, when I started this career of working with divorces, and and helping people with the transition, but through the paperwork and legal things, I have acquired a new, because I've gone through it myself a couple of times. I have, out of each relationship that ended, I it takes me a long time to release the person, longer than it should. Okay, I'm just being completely transparent, but it's because my Taurus rising and my Taurus sun. I mean, it just makes it very difficult, and the fact that I didn't love myself enough. But life after divorce, I have transformed, or separation. I have taken the time to truly transform, truly get in touch with who I am inside, my what my soul really craved, and truly discover different hobbies, different things, different friendships, and just truly focus on my vitality, my health. And not only does that help you move forward and on and process all the emotions and the sadness and the depression, but when you do that, when you really focus on, okay, one of the things that I highly recommend if you're going through it right now is to go ahead and make a list of all the things that maybe you haven't done in a while, or things you wanted to try. For example, when on one of my breakups, I did a list. It was, my goal was to get to 100 things, and I don't think anyone can make it to 100. I made it to like 20, 30 things, and they were simple things, like painting my nails, getting a manicure, getting a pedicure, and simple things like walking after dinner, or just things that I didn't feel the freedom to do for whatever reason. Which I now I laugh and I'm like, that's hilarious, but it's true. I didn't feel that I had like the time to care of myself, self-care, like take an hour bubble bath, with a book, or watching a show while I'm in the tub, full of bubbles, or just go to the beach by myself and watch the sunset by myself with a bottle of wine, whatever. Like things that I just didn't feel the freedom to say, hey, honey, I'll see you later. I'm going to the beach. You know, if he wouldn't want to go, then I didn't go. And so just things that now you can do that you felt that you couldn't do before. And so that list really helped me become kind of discover myself and get out of the funk, versus staying home crying to my pillow and screaming to my pillow, just doing that. So, which takes me to the next point that I want to make, which is it's okay if you're not okay. Um, that is like, I used to, so there's two things to that. I think it's so healthy to cry and release the pain. Do not hold it inside, because that's just going to make you bitter. And that's just going to, it's almost like you're drinking poison, you know. Truly, work on being okay with the pain. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to feel good. It's okay to reach out and tell a friend, do you mind if I cry on the phone because I feel very lonely? It's okay, to just do that. If you like, I have somebody in my life that she's like my sister. I don't have to warn her. I just call her and start crying, and she just lets me cry. And she, as I'm crying, she's saying words of affirmation and all that. And sometimes that's all you need. You don't need to solve a problem. You just need someone to just, sometimes to just hold your hand. And if they're not with you, at least on the phone, to, basically hold space for you and for you to release it. And it's okay if tomorrow you still feel like shit. It's okay if the next day you still feel like shit. But every time that you cry, every time that you let it out, every time, you will feel better. With that said, don't do it to your ex. Don't do it to them, because they're going through their own process. And you don't want them to see you or to come back with you because of pity. You want authentic connections, because in the end, that's really what life is about: authenticity, authentic connections, getting in touch with your soul, getting in touch with who you are, getting in touch with your needs. And I'm going to go more into that later. But it's okay not to be okay, but don't do it to your ex. Don't let them know. I'm telling you, this is like game changing. Okay. Even if you don't want them back or you want them back, don't show them how, like, you can tell them, if, I'm going through it, but I'll be all right. Don't share. If you can't talk with them without crying, don't talk with them. Just text if you need to arrange daycare, pick up with the kids or whatever, if you still need to be in touch with them. Really, really, really go into yourself. Go focus on you and process what happened, and also process what you could do in the future, what you did wrong, what you wish you did differently. That's really my advice. Focus on you. Don't if you talk with someone and you find yourself putting all the blame on them, that's time to rewire that, because that's not good for you. Because the whole point that we go through relationships is to evolve, is to grow. Okay, we go through the breakup. It's opening the Pandora's box. It's going through the emotions, through the feelings, but also discovering what was your role in the relationship. What could you have done better? Because it's not always about the other person. If you say, "Oh, I gave them so much and they cheated on me and stuff," wait. How many times did it happen? 3 or 4 times. Okay, so it's time to look at that. How come you allowed that to happen 3 or 4 times? Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on, I gave them all. Okay, why did you give them all and didn't pace yourself and wait for them to give you back? Because it needs to be an exchange. And I'm not saying it's always even. Sometimes you have to, sometimes our partners are going through things and we need to hold them space and kind of not expect them to give back the same energy, and just hold space for them and be there for them. But you don't keep giving and giving and giving. You just hold space for them. It's two different things. If your for example, your ex and you still love each other. There's still a lot of love there, but they're hurt over something that happened. Maybe a miscommunication. Maybe, you know, you push them too hard, on something, and maybe a bunch of people, you know, push them at the same time, and it triggered something. The best thing is to, and if you're in communication with them, hold space for them. Let them know, acknowledge your role in it, because you did something. And then, but don't be pushing them into a relationship with you again. You know what I'm saying? Let them go through that process, and then you focus on yourself, so you're the best version, either with them or with someone else. But do it for you, don't do it for them. Because when that, and that's what happens a lot. So I have a lot of clients that will come to me and ask me for oh yeah, I want to do a divorce, blah blah blah, okay. And then I mean, a lot of the stuff in my company is automated, so many times I don't talk to my clients, and we send them the documents, and then we hear crickets, nothing for months, and sometimes they never come back, and sometimes they do. I don't search, I don't push them to do it. I will follow up on, like, every 3 months or so. Hey, are you still interested? We have the papers if you ever need them, so that they don't have to restart the process. I mean, they don't lose their money with us. We'll honor what we started working with them. We'll honor the deposit. Um, because I understand how it works sometimes. Sometimes we go to that step, and then that's a wake up call for the other party to behave or to do the right thing. Or, sometimes they choose to do another way, whatever. But usually it's because they decided to try again. But here's what happens a lot: they try again, but there's really no change, because they didn't take the time to actually analyze what happened, what triggered that action, and decide on, okay, you or him, okay, what triggered it? What can I do? What was my responsibility in it? What can I do differently? And what am I willing to accept in the future? Am I going to accept the same thing, or am I going to be strong enough to walk away because I made the changes and they didn't? But that's an important process, and you can't rush the process. And that happens a lot. We want to stop the pain because it hurts. So we rush the process. It's like, we live in an era of microwaves. We want in cell phones. Before, you had to wait to get home to communicate something, or you had to be home by a phone to actually talk to someone. Now, with the cell phones, if somebody doesn't answer us a text within the next 5 minutes, with getting our feels. So that's a very different dichotomy. So the world is different now. But just take that time that you don't feel okay to truly examine yourself. That is the time, the time to transform, the time to truly understand what is your role, what can you do, and feel the pain. Don't drown it with things, alcohol, or what, or we call them party favors. Don't drown it on that. Don't drown it in going out every weekend and going clubbing. Don't drown it on that. Take time to truly analyze. Okay, what did I do wrong? What did I allow? What did I attract? Okay, because we attract what we are and our frequency. So, and that's a whole different video. But just think about, what did you do that you can do differently next time with whoever you are, and do it for you. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, choosing you is always the answer. Okay. And what I mean by that is, choosing you, when you choose you're choosing what's going to be good for you. Okay, you're choosing what's going to be uplifting for you, what's going to help you grow, what's going to help you build. Okay, so when we choose a partner, a new partner, a job, or relationships, friendships, we choose when we choose it from a place of choosing you, meaning this is good for me. This relationship is good for me, this friendship is good for me. When we do, and then you give back, then you're able to give back from a loving place, not a place from envy or pain, or you know or greed, or we choose from a place of absolute 100% love. When you choose you, the things that don't belong to you will automatically, your spirit will automatically tell you, that's not choosing you. You know, if that person is hurting your feelings, it's bringing you nothing but pain, then you're not choosing you. But when you keep in mind that choosing me, I choose what's good for me, I'm going to choose what's good for me, then, you know, I will uh not allow things to get out of hand, not allow situations to get longer than they should be. Because lessons are painful. They usually come with pain. Lessons don't come from the good times, they come from the bad times. But when you learn to choose you in every interaction, in every situation, and follow your heart, you will know that it's the right thing to do, is the right thing to do. And you do it from a place of love, not a place of fear, which is a totally different space to be. And finally, my last notes, I want to talk about how do we, um, what's the magic trick to feeling great as you age? And I'll tell you, I'm 52, okay? But I'm having the best time of my life. I mean, I've been involved with the Burning Man community for the last 2 years, and that has been truly transformative. I joined, like, and joining meaning you go to a burn, which is it's like a festival, but not really. It's an event. It's a camping event, and everybody brings something to the table. So it's like a big party, but also there's a lot of workshops, and there's some yoga and sound baths, and there's a lot of modalities, and people healing and loving each other without barriers, and everybody's accepted, any creed, any colored skin, like anything. So it's really truly beautiful community. And doing that truly got me very active into other projects and other things, and and doing things with my friends, and going to different we don't call them rave anymore, I think, right? EDM events and festivals and all kinds of things. So it's but one of the things that I have learned now that I'm older is remaining physically active. It is truly one of the best things that you can do as you age, so that you keep the vitality and the energy. So I am surrounded, most of my friends are younger than me. And including my last partner was, I mean, just about a year, but younger than me. And but I feel that I have more vitality, more energy than a lot of the young people that I know, because I just keep active, and keep active doesn't mean going to the gym. And, if that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. Or doing CrossFit. If that's not your thing, that's not your thing. And it's not mine. How I keep act, I choose to stay active by doing yoga at least every other day or every day. I run now. I picked up running again, and it has been amazing. Oh, I don't go fast. It's more like a jog, but it feels amazing and it feels good. And I did 5 miles the other day without even realizing it was my first time in a long time, and that felt amazing. I do like just things like that. Dancing, I teach ecstatic dance in Tampa. And belly dancing, that's another way. Like, you can move by dancing, you can just, by shaking it, by doing, just getting in touch with your body. um because I don't know. I mean, you may not believe in this, but we have energy centers, which are called chakras. And through movement, we get them aligned again. They get disaligned as we go through pain, as we go through work, and we go through stress. We get as we hold things back from expressing them. We get all, you know, combobulated, we get all screwed up. And movement, especially those sacred movements like yoga, like belly dancing, which is, ancient art, ecstatic dance, which is just, getting in touch with the juiciness inside of you. Um, all of those movements, all those modalities, they calibrate your chakras and it clears them out from the negativity. And when you're done with the exercises, you feel better. You just hold on less. And if you've gained a lot of weight, that's usually from holding things back, from choosing the wrong things for your body, not loving your body the way you should, so that it sustains you through, as you get older. So, those are the things that I've learned. And now I just absolutely take care of myself and better. And this is part of the transformation that I'm going through now. And I'm just very excited that of the things that I've discovered now that I'm 52. And I am so grateful. Thank you for, if you watched the video up to now, please hit the like button. Please leave me a comment. Let me know which ones of these points really resonated with you. And I really hope to hear from you. I love you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.